Hey there, my name's Teebor, and I want to talk about Deus Ex Mankind Divided for a bit. Where to start? Well, probably the best place to start is back with the original game. Back in the year 2000, when the first game came out, many have heralded it as a fantastic game that's never been matched by others for the freedom of options that you have within the game. And, well, I don't think that's entirely fair. There's a lot of games out there, a lot of good games that have done similar things, and well, the original game had a lot of options. You just had so many options, different places you could go to get to the same target, same route, different routes. You go underground, you go through air ducts, similar things like that. And this is something that they've obviously tried to go back to with Deus Ex Mankind Divided, which is good. Alternate routes and alternate ways of doing things is a very good thing to have in a game. It opens you up to a lot more level freedom instead of being stuck in this continuous linear route that you have to follow, where you're pretty much going along on rails. It doesn't look like it, but at the end of the day you are. So in Deus Ex Mankind Divided you've got a lot of that. You can go through various little ducts, you can find ways around, you can do it lethally, so you can go in with guns blazing, throwing grenades, you can use stun weapons, you can use ranged, you can use short range, you can use takedowns, you can find routes across the tops of buildings, routes underground through sewers. That's all there. There's just lots of options there, which makes it sound like it could be a really, really good game. And for me, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, based on the strength of Deus Ex, and I'm going to ignore Invisible War. Invisible War gets an awful lot of flack, but I've never really put the time into it, so I'm not going to bring that one into it. But Deus Ex Human Revolution I absolutely loved, and there were a few little things here and there that needed to be fixed, which they've tried to fix in Mankind Divided, but at the same time I think they've introduced a lot of problems. But that's not saying it's a bad game. I'm not saying it's a bad game at all. I am liking it, but I seem to have been hit pretty hard with a lot of bugs already from the get-go. I've had everyone's had the sloping roof thing, where if you walk up a slope, including stairs and things like that, if you walk straight at them, they're fine, you just walk up them. If you hit them at a slight angle, you kind of go scooting off to one side in one direction. It's a really weird bug. Another bug that's also out there, which, by the way, that bug has actually been fixed in a patch that was released the other day. There seems to be another bug that's been going around with the stun weapons, and this really upset me because I was trying to do a non-lethal playthrough, and I just had to abandon it because on the very first mission I got myself in such a situation that without the stun weapon and trying to do it in a non-lethal way just wasn't really happening. And yeah, so I just kind of abandoned it, and I ended up starting a lethal playthrough, which you'll actually be able to see on my channel starting. I think it starts on Monday. I think it's going to release up on Monday. It's going to run alongside the other videos which are on there already, and it'll just be a daily or every other day thing. But anyway, that's enough trying to sell my other videos. Back to the game. So yeah, despite these bugs that I've already hit at the beginning, and I know some people have also criticised the intro sequence where you quite literally are straight up asked, do you want to do it lethally or non-lethally? That's fine, because the original game did that as well. I'm pretty sure your brother sat there and just asked you straight up, do you want to take the lethal or non-lethal approach? Do you want to use a tranquilizer gun, or do you want to use I think it was a pistol, I think it was, or a sniper rifle, I think the options. I don't remember what they were now. It was a tranquilizer dart gun, a handheld stun rod thing, and a pistol, and it was a sniper rifle. So you basically got the same choices you had in the original game, but yeah, people are still complaining about it even now. Don't know why. Seems bizarre to me, but there you go. Anyway, the gameplay itself is fine. It runs really smoothly on my machine. I would have serious concerns if it didn't. I know a lot of people have had problems with the quality, but you can very much feel that the game is a console. It was designed for console. and then ported over to PC. And that kind of hurts it a little bit because the control systems are a bit strange, and just the way it feels or gels together isn't quite right on PC, which is a shame. But it's I don't know how to put it really. It doesn't gel, but it still works because it kind of fixes the things that were there from Human Revolution that needed to be fixed, but it's maintained the same Human Revolution features. And the story is also very story driven. I'm not too far into the story because of the fact I had to start again very early on. Hopefully I'll get a little bit further with it today, but we'll have to see. But, you know, I mean, it's just looking, for example, I'm looking at some of the Steam reviews, and at the moment I think it's 64% positive. I've not left a review for the game because I don't feel I've played it enough. I've only spent 4 hours playing it so far. I don't think that's enough to really leave a review, and there are people on here that have left reviews after like 23 hours or even 10 hours, which I think is more reasonable. And I know that there's certainly people out there that have also completed the game as well in a very short period of time. But I don't know how long the actual game is. So yeah, I mean, let's have a look at what people are complaining about. We just got people saying it's mediocre gameplay. I'm not going to talk about microtransactions. I don't agree with them really, not for the price of this game. We're talking like Evolve and Battleborn. Their microtransactioning ways of doing things were not very happy with those either, but you know, it's what it is. They've done what they want to do. They've sold it the way they have. The pre-order DLC thing was a bit of a disaster, and that came back to bite them in the arse, and this DLC thing will probably come back and bite them in the arse with the microtransactions as well, but we'll see. I mean, the thing is, the stuff in there, normally the microtransaction stuff doesn't affect the gameplay, so I'm not really too bothered by it, but I know that you can purchase praxis points, which to me seems a bit ludicrous because you need those practice points to do your upgrades, so you are purchasing upgrades with real worth money. But anyway, I've got dragged into the microtransaction conversation. No, we don't want to do that. We just want to talk about the game itself. So basically we're talking about, on Steam, people are just saying that the game has problems with the voice sync, which I agree with, and you can see that in my videos. The lip syncing is absolutely dreadful. They've really gone off on that one. The quality of the story is a little bit mediocre. I know that there isn't exactly one particular point that drives the story. There's just kind of like a small number of different people that kind of pop up to carry the story along and basically become the next target for the story to carry on. And that's I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm not far enough through the story yet. I don't like the way that some of the story has been done already. Even though in quite so well running the game, it just seems to be very conveniently done in the cheapest way possible. And by that I mean the resetting of Adam's augments. That's kind of a cheesy way of doing it, but there's also kind of a way of introducing new augments in, which is I can accept it, you know, but it's not great, but I'll take it. And it kind of fits the whole story. I don't know, it just feels a bit weak so far. So this the whole thing about player choices in the game is supposed to be a lot of player choices available, but people are saying that the player choices really doesn't make much difference to the game. Comments about the amount of gameplay, there's about 20 hours worth of gameplay. That's not particularly very much, people are saying. So I mean, these kind of things that people are giving it a negative review for just seem a bit, I don't know, just nitpicking. I I mean, the game itself is fine. It plays well. It runs smoothly. It looks lovely. The being back in the Adam Jensen character and playing the game like that is good fun, and being able to mess around with the augmentations, you can change them around, you get some new augmentations to play with, you basically get your choice of methods for how you want to play the game, you get experience points for doing exploration and stuff like that you used to in the original games. I don't know, some of the fights I've been in so far, you do seem to be up against lots and lots of people, and dying seems to be very, very easy, especially at the beginning, but I suppose with the upgrades that you can get later, makes that make you pretty much indestructible, as we would hope from Mankind Divided, Human Revolution. And would I advise people to buy the game? Would I recommend it to somebody? I suppose I probably would, but not at the moment. Let them have a couple more weeks to patch it up and fix a few things. Then it might be worth having. It might be worth getting the game. You'll still be playing full price, I imagine, at that stage. I mean, it's only a few weeks away. If you can wait for the price to come down, then I would do that, because by then they're going to have fixed anything that's wrong with the game, and it will be well worth playing. But for the moment, disappointed in the amount of bugs that are in the game, and disappointed that it just feels very much like a console port. But otherwise, I am enjoying the game. I am enjoying the story, as weak as it is, and I would, I'd give the game a thumbs up. I'm not going to give it a bad review. I will give it a good review, because it is a Deus Ex game, and I like the Deus Ex games, and it's one of the few games, that and the Fallout games, which I absolutely love to pieces, and I will stop playing anything else when a new Fallout game comes out. And again, a new Deus Ex game comes out, I will stop playing anything else, unless it's Fallout, of course, to play Deus Ex. And I'm not unhappy with the fact I've bought it. I am unhappy with it's not quite reached the lofty goals that it could have done, especially since they've had a large chunk of extra time, and the DX12 support is missing. The DX12 support would have been a big deal for me. I would have loved to have seen the game running in DX12, and I'm now got to wait until sometime in September to get the first release of the Deus Ex, which I'm Deus Ex on DX12, which I imagine will be pretty buggy, but it'll be there. So buy the game. If you like the Deus Ex games, I would buy the game, but not right now. Leave it a little while, let them patch it, let them fix the bugs. Maybe if you can wait, get it when it goes on sale or drops down in price a little bit. But for now, I'm happy enough with it. Just I wouldn't advise someone to go out and buy it right now. So anyway, that's my opinion of Deus Ex, and I'm sure it kind of fits with a lot of other people's, and probably a lot of people disagree with what I've said, but there it is, it's done, it's out in the open. I'd like to thank you for watching the video. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Check out the new series of Deus Ex Mankind Divided, which will be starting on Monday, which may, hopefully, if things go well, would actually be after this video goes out. So I will see you in that new series. Bye bye for now.